What's up, it's Joe with OCDetailing, and behind me I have a 3RS. If you don't know what that is the top of the line 911 when it comes to being on a racetrack. So these cars have crazy active aero, they look insane, and this one's actually quite special because it's a tribute edition. So back a couple years ago, they only released a few of these, and the way you can recognize a tribute car is it has this Viper green accents to it. So the accents are going to be on the mirrors, the wheels, and then the green decals all over this car. Along with that, it gets a YSAC pack, so you have this really cool carbon fiber hood, roof, these other carbon accents. It is super cool to look at, and I really mean this, from the time this customer came in to the time he dropped off the car to every time I've seen this car, it just makes you smile because it is so cool. Now, what's not cool is the factory installed PPF on this car because it looks horrible. Now, really bad install on the factory job, and our customer didn't like it. So he brought it into us and he's like, hey, what can you do to help me with this? I'm like, we could take that film off and then we can reinstall it at OCD quality and spec. And then also we can wrap the rest of the car because they only wrap the front. We're actually gonna strip all the stickers off this car. We're gonna strip the film off this car. And then after we're done, we're gonna reapply new decals, which we got from Porsche OEM, which is not an easy task. Getting these stickers replaced, but we figured it out after 9,000 phone calls or so and a lot of back and forth with Porsche. It was not the most entertaining thing I've ever done, but we did it. Actually, Misa did it. Misa was the one that would be smiling on this one. So we have the stickers, so after we're done reapplying all the decals, we're gonna wrap over them because he wants to preserve the tribute look forever, and we're gonna do a completely custom install on this car. White cars are possibly the most unforgiving when it comes to PPF, because anywhere there's a line on a white car, it's gonna show dirt really quickly over time. And also, it's gonna highlight the panel. So your paint protection film, while totally functional, will all of a sudden become very visible and it just looks ugly. So here, we actually make sure we wrap and tuck stuff in even when there's like a 1/16 of an inch to wrap in. And I know a lot of people don't because it's very hard to get the film to stay, but we spend a lot of time making sure we heat it up and lock down our edges when we do this. Now, on this car right here, you can see they actually left a gap right here on both sides of this, and this car only has like a couple hundred miles on it, as it was parked somewhere in some guy's collection before our customer picked it up. And you can already see these lines are pretty visible. Now, also underneath the headlight basket here, they didn't wrap and tuck that in, so there's a line there. And as this car gets driven, it's just gonna get worse. You'll see more and more of it. If I kept going around the car, on the front here, they actually left a gap on the carbon. You know, my luck, I'd get a chip right there. So it's not protected, and also it's kind of ugly because you see the gap there, right? You get the same really bad line over here that's going to show up over time. Same headlight gap. Oh, you get notched corners on the fender. And then you get this. So this is a factory piece of film right here. We actually, whenever we do a full wrap on a 911, we actually do this big giant C in one piece, the big quarter panel, and then we put another piece of film right here that is extra coverage, kind of where the factory piece is, except we do a lot more coverage in this because it gets so beat up. So right now, if this got beat up, we would have to pull the sticker off. So with us taking all these decals off, putting new decals on, wrapping over this, and then putting an extra splash area there and here, and behind the rear wheels over there, this customer is going to have like doubled up protection in the areas where he needs it most. And also we're going to finish the car with a ceramic coating. It'll make it super easy to wash for him. I can't wait to show you when it's done. And it's done. So behind me, I have the completed GT3 RS Tribute Edition. I want to go over some of the finer points of this install and some of the things that were very challenging for us and all the things that we did to this car to get it from the shape it was in to the shape it's in now, which is absolutely stunning. So first things first, there is so much crazy aero on this car, we just took all of it off. That was the only way we could do the type of wrap that we're used to doing and get the quality we're known for. So as far as a list of things that had to come apart on this car, this came off, this came off, this came off. And as you can see from some of the other video of us actually doing the install, we actually had all the back aero off, we had the wing off, we had these pieces off, and that let us get a super clean install. So we were able to wrap and tuck all the edges on this. We also replaced the decals so that we could wrap on top of them. These decals are very hard to get. I think I mentioned that earlier, but so all the stickers are encased in clear ball now with actually double protection in a lot of areas. This car is meant for the track, so I know it's gonna get super beat up. So we did this giant C, we did in one piece. We also did an extra piece that goes up to here, and all the way down to there, so that it's really well protected from the place where it's gonna take the hardest impacts from the front wheels. Along with that, if you do beat this up, we don't have to pull this off and replace it and worry about having to get another one of those decals, which is, again, you need a personal genie to get those decals from Porsche. So we didn't want to find out what that was gonna be like to try to get another set of those. So we doubled up there, we doubled up right here, behind the rear wheels, and then same thing in front of the front wheels. We have all that extra protection on there that is very easy tearaways we can pull off and replace for the customer as needed, since he is going to actually track this monster, which is a beautiful thing because that's what this car is meant for. You can actually look at our install now, and I want to show you, you can't find any lines anywhere except for our extra splash areas. So if you look, there's a 1/16 of an inch gap here to wrap in on either side. Our film's wrapped in there. This car has this lightweight quarter glass. On most 911s, we take this glass out so we can wrap in here. On this car, you cannot. Any installer will tell you if they're used to removing these glasses, we all made the mistake once. When the 992 GT3s came out, they started installing glass on this window that the second you try to remove it, it breaks, and it is $2,100. If you have really cool employees, they're like, man, that sucked, let me try again. And then 2 of those glasses is $4,200. Don't ask me how I know that, but that was the last time we tried to pull the quarter windows out of a GT car. Even with that though, we were still able to tuck the wrap all the way in. So we found a method that works really well to do that. I would much rather have it out, but that's okay because we still get great results with it in. It just takes a little bit longer. The mirror's all done in one piece, the carbon roof's all done, and then we ceramic coated everything. We coated the paint, the wheels, the glass, the plastic trim, my new iPhone, basically every surface on this car, and now it's ready to rock for our customer. I can't wait to show it to him. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe with OC Detailing.